If one comes, will you honor it?
As long as I have the authority to do so, and ICE knows what our policy is.
Then yes?
If I'm given a judicial warrant, yes.
That's different.
Well, it's what gives me the authority to detain somebody when I receive a court order from a judge mandating someone's release. I would also hope that ICE would know when Mr. Jalla is getting released so that they would be able to come and pick him up.
Because what we are looking at today is a masterclass in the absolute rot of left-wing woke justice. And it is happening right in Fairfax County, Virginia. We've got Representative Ben Cline absolutely torching a Soros-backed prosecutor who cares more about the comfort of illegal alien criminals than the actual safety of American citizens. Right out of the gate, Cline lands a direct hit. He looks Fairfax County Commonwealth's attorney Steve Descano dead in the eye and tells him the public doesn't want his empty political apologies. They want his resignation. And honestly, he's 100% right. Descano just sits there, completely emotionless, right after a grieving mother, Ms. Mentor, finished talking about her daughter who was tragically stolen from this world because of these exact catch-and-release policies. We don't need sympathy from politicians whose policies are costing innocent American lives. Full stop.
Thank you, sir. I'm sorry, Ms. Mentor, what a very story. Stephanie, the numerous pictures we saw, beautiful. I apologize for the individuals that have held on to these irresponsible policies, costing the lives of many, many innocent Americans. So I apologize. Mr. Kennedy, I appreciate your passion. You're right on target. Mr. Descano, well, Ms. Sheriff Kincaid, thank you for your service. Mr. Descano, I consider you a disgrace. I yield the rest of my balance of my time to my colleague, Mr. Cline.
I thank the gentleman, and I thank the chairman for allowing me to sit on this panel today. I represent the vast majority of Virginia citizens who stand with you, Ms. Mentor, and who are so sorry for the tragedy that occurred. And our prayers are with you and with your daughter, who is in heaven looking down on this right now. And, you know, I heard your apology, Mr. Descano. I think the public would like to hear your resignation. Let me ask you, when Abdul Jalla is released, will you honor an ICE detainer?
Sir, my office is a prosecuting office. We don't receive ICE detainers. That's not our business.
Will you, Sheriff Kincaid, will you honor the ICE detainer?
Well, thank you for that question. And I would certainly hope that this case would be prosecuted and that justice would be served. Certainly when it comes to Mr. Jalla, there hasn't been ICE detainers with the exception of one time in 2018, which we turned him over to ICE, and then the second time, which we had to release him to a facility. Each other time he's been in my custody, there's been no detainers.
If one comes, will you honor it?
As long as I have the authority to do so, and ICE knows what our policy is.
Then yes?
If I'm given a judicial warrant, yes.
That's different.
Well, it's what gives me the authority to detain somebody when I receive a court order from a judge mandating someone's release. I would also hope that ICE would know when Mr. Jalla is getting released so that they would be able to come and pick him up. And we do plan, should he get convicted, we do plan on taking him, driving him down to the Department of Corrections.
All right, well, Mr. Descano, your policy tells prosecutors to give lighter treatment to defendants based on their immigration status. Isn't that just discrimination with a sympathetic face? And why are you protecting criminal illegal aliens more than the people of Fairfax County, the citizens?
Well, first of all, sir, I think there's two things wrong with it in the question that you asked me. We're not protecting undocumented individuals. As a matter of fact, we prosecute people who commit crimes in Fairfax County regardless of their status. So the idea that we don't do that is simply wrong. Our policies simply maintain that our role is to prosecute Virginia crime. That's what we do. ICE's role is to do federal civil immigration enforcement.
Mr. Miyares, you disagree with that?
Fundamentally, he has a written policy to that effect. He is conflating two different issues. He's simply saying, well, I prosecute all crimes. At the same time, he has a written policy saying that illegal immigrants are going to be treated and given preferential treatment differently from American citizens. On one hand, he sits in front of this committee and says, we don't follow sanctuary policies. At the same time, he openly admits he conducts himself in a manner in which he does not cooperate with federal immigration authorities. That's the very definition of sanctuary policies. No, I fundamentally disagree with his assessment. There are 95 counties in Virginia, Congressman. Only one county with one prosecutor has a written policy saying we're going to treat illegal immigrants differently than American citizens. It is Mr. Descano to my left, period, full stop.
Well, I know that when ICE does work with localities, the system can work. I worked in the Harrisonburg, Rockingham Commonwealth's Attorney's Office. They had a 287G agreement with ICE, and when individuals who were prosecuted, who were here illegally, eventually served their sentences, they were met by ICE. They were retrieved by ICE and returned to their countries of origin. The people of Rockingham and Harrisonburg benefited from that policy because the streets were safer, and people who committed crimes were not returned to the communities that they threatened prior to their arrest. So, the people who are here in from Fairfax stand and answer the ranking member's question about, well, I've run out of time, so I hope I can get some more time because people who are working hard in Fairfax County deserve to not just feel safe, as the ranking member indicated, but actually are safe.
Stop. But it gets even worse when Klein tries to get a straight answer on whether they will honor ICE detainers for a dangerous criminal. The absolute bureaucratic gymnastics we see next are infuriating. Descano immediately plays the "not my job" card, claiming he's just a prosecutor and doesn't handle detainers. Then the sheriff steps up and gives us the classic sanctuary-light excuse, demanding a judicial warrant before they'll cooperate with federal immigration authorities. Let's be real for a second. ICE detainers are the official federal request to hold dangerous individuals. Demanding a judicial warrant is just a bureaucratic shield used by local officials to pretend their hands are tied while they let criminal illegal aliens walk right out the back door of the jail. It's a total cop-out. Then Klein asks the million-dollar question that defines the entire modern left-wing approach to law enforcement. Why are you protecting criminal illegal aliens more than the people of Fairfax County? Descano sits there with a straight face and claims they prosecute everyone equally, regardless of status. Except he's completely omitting the truth. His office literally has a written policy instructing prosecutors to consider the immigration consequences of a charge. In plain English, that means if an illegal alien commits a crime that would normally get them deported, Descano's office looks for a lighter charge to keep them in the country. That isn't equal justice under the law. That is giving preferential, VIP treatment to people who broke the law just to get into the country, while tax-paying American citizens get the book thrown at them. It's discrimination with a sympathetic face. Thank God for the gentleman sitting next to Descano who completely blows the whistle and drops the mic on this nonsense. He points out that out of 95 counties in Virginia, only one has a rogue prosecutor who wrote down a policy to treat illegal immigrants differently than American citizens. It is a total ideological capture of the justice system. As Klein hits the nail on the head at the very end, when you look at counties that actually cooperate with ICE, like Harrisonburg using the 287G program, the system works. Bad guy commits a crime, serves their time, and ICE is waiting at the door to deport them. Guess what happens? The streets get safer. The community actually is safe, not just told to feel safe by some politician. This is what happens when you elect radical prosecutors who view criminals as the victims and the actual victims as an afterthought. God bless Ben Klein for standing up for that grieving family and demanding real accountability. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is your local prosecutor doing the same thing?